Quick question. What type does useState give you when you write useState 0? If you're not sure, or if you've ever fought with an initial value of null just to make TypeScript happy, this video is for you. Today we're covering everything you need to type useState correctly, from simple inference to explicit generics to the one pattern that trips up almost everyone, state that starts out as null. 1. TypeScript usually infers the type for you. Let's start with the good news. Most of the time, you don't need to type useState at all. TypeScript looks at your initial value and infers the type automatically. Const count set count is useState 0, count number. Const name set name is useState Alex, name string. Const is open, set is open is useState false. Try calling set count with a string, and TypeScript will immediately complain. That's inference doing its job. No annotation required. 2. When inference isn't enough. Explicit generics. Inference breaks down the moment your initial value doesn't represent every shape the state will ever hold. The classic example, state that starts as null but will later hold a real object. Const user set user is useState null. User.null forever. Set user.one name Alex. Argument of type ID, number, name string is not assignable to parameter of type null. TypeScript locked the type to null because that's all it ever saw. The fix is to tell useState the full type yourself, using a generic. Interface user, ID number, name string. Const user set user is useState user or null. Null, user or null. Set user, Alex automatically. 3. Union and literal types in state. Just like with props, state often only makes sense as one of a limited set of values. A loading status is the perfect example. Type status equals idle, loading, success, or error. Const status set status is useState status, idle. Set status done. Argument of type done is not assignable to parameter of type status. Without the union, status would just be inferred as string, and a typo like done instead of success would silently pass right through. 4. Typing object state and optional fields. Object state usually needs its own interface, especially once some fields are optional or only appear after data loads. Interface profile, name, string, bio, string, optional, avatar URL, string. Const profile, set profile is useState profile, name Alex, set profile prevat, bio engineer. Notice the functional update. Prevat, prev bio. TypeScript infers prev as profile automatically from the generic you already gave useState, so you get full autocomplete and safety on every field. 5. Arrays of typed items. Arrays follow the same generic pattern. Always type the array by its item shape, not just as any. Interface todo, ID number, text string, done boolean. Const todos, set todos. Set todos is useState todos/l. Set todos prevat, prev, ID now, text, ship it, done false. An empty array gives you never 0 with no generic. Always annotate array state explicitly, even when it starts empty. 6. Discriminated union state. For state machines, like a data fetch that's either loaded with data, or failed with an error, a discriminated union beats a pile of optional fields. Type fetch state equals status idle, status loading, status success, data string rm, or status error, message string. Const fetch state set fetch state equals useState fetch state, matching status idle. If fetch state status equals success, console log fetch state data. TS knows data exists here. Check the status field first, and TypeScript automatically narrows which other fields are available. No optional chaining, no non-null assertions. 7. The Lazy Initializer and its type. One more pattern worth knowing. If your initial state is expensive to compute, pass a function instead of a value. TypeScript infers the state type from whatever that function returns. Const settings, set settings, useState dot, return load settings from disk. Runs once on mount. Settings type equals return type of load settings from disk. This avoids rerunning an expensive computation on every render, and you still get full type safety for free, straight from the function's return type. 8. Recap. Let TypeScript infer the type for simple primitives. Number, string, boolean. B. Add an explicit generic the moment your initial value is null, undefined, or empty. C. Use union or literal types for state with a fixed set of valid values. D. Reach for a discriminated union when different states carry different required fields. E. Always type array state by its item shape, even when it starts empty. Get comfortable with these 5 patterns, and useState will never surprise you again. If this helps, like, share, comment, and subscribe.